Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me for an episode of Superhero Sunday, the show where we like to catch you up with the weekly's superhero shows so you can watch with a fresh brain of what happened last week.
A fresh brain.
Yeah. I'm Ryan Barbosa, and you're watching Barbeta TV. I don't know. But yeah, let's move over to Brad Foster.
Hello.
How have you been today?
I'm pretty okay. Pretty good. I liked all the stuff that happened this week. Well, I mean, there's one thing that I'm still kind of gritty about, but we'll talk about that towards the end of the show.
Yep, it's probably going to be one of the Ender things.
It is.
But, because the first thing we will be talking about is the fun Lucifer.
Lucifer Morningstar.
The devil himself.
Oh, man. I loved this episode because it actually, normally the pilot, for any TV show, a pilot is supposed to be like, bang, like grab audience attention. And then like right after the pilot, things kind of like sizzle down until they like boils back up into a finale. Lucifer episode 2, actually, it felt more of a great continuation. It's like it kept the energy and it's keeping on going. And I think that's a fantastic way to start a show. Because, we don't have that automatic dip, which is great. It's good to see. But moving on to what the episode is actually about, it's about a paparazzi that killed a movie star. Well, a movie star's son.
Yeah.
And so, of course, Lucifer and Kate investigate.
Kate investigate.
I was going to say, why don't they just call that the show? Lucifer and Kate investigate. Make it a theme song and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, like usually it does dip down after the pilot, and I'm glad it didn't because it's still going full force, and it's still a beautiful show. The interrogation lighting between...
Are you talking about the first paparazzi, the guy that was like super like regretful?
Yeah.
Yeah, the lighting on that was awesome.
Yeah, the lighting in that between Lucifer and I think they called him Weasel or something like that.
Yeah, something like...
Or Dung Beetle.
Yeah,
Dung Beetle.
Yeah, Lucifer kept calling him Dung Beetle.
Yeah. Which that's...
Silly human.
Yeah. That scene was just beautiful. Oh my goodness.
It was really, really well done. And, they're really easy niche effects to do, but I love seeing whenever Lucifer and his bartender demon, like whenever they are, like their eyes flare up and stuff like that, whether it be like fire or like darkness or that kind of 3 edgy 5 me stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a nice effect, and we actually got to see Lucifer's full demon face today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was a thing.
It was funny. The devil is upon us.
That was actually a great way to start the episode, too, with some, like, fake world ender guy, and Lucifer's like, oh, no, please continue.
Yeah.
That was good.
It was really good.
It was good.
And then, like, the funny, like, transitions of, like, the sign that says the devil walks among us, and the devil walks over the sign. Yeah, just funny things like that.
Good stuff. I think my favorite part of this episode was actually the very end, because we finally get to see one of Lucifer Morningstar's punishment games between the two paparazzi, the two special paparazzi of this episode.
Yep.
There are 2 guns, 2 people. What happens? Watch the episode. It's good stuff. It's ironic.
Yeah.
In a way.
It was very good. And the cinematography on the shootout scene, on the punishment game, was really pretty. Like, it just, the framing of
the framing was great. When they do go to bullet time. And, that's very good. And it's a different kind of bullet time. It's not reminiscent of the Flash, where, whenever we see the Flash, we see, like, traces of energy and power and stuff like that. And, the way Lucifer does that, the way he kind of makes that happen was kind of hilarious.
Yeah, he prays to his brother.
Yeah, Amaniel. But, more than that, I kind of want to talk about the... just the potential, and I feel bad that I can't remember the character's name, but it is the demon-ass bartender.
Yeah.
I think that she's a hidden gem of the show. She has real potential. She wants Lucifer to go and, like, be the devil. Be evil and awful and, like, hate humans, and that kind of stuff. And, it's real nice to see that, he's facing that kind of opposition from both sides. Like, go back to hell, be the devil. Stay here, be the devil.
Yeah. Regardless, be the devil.
Exactly. And, Lucifer kind of acknowledges that he's changing, but what I'm getting at, about this actress is that, like, you really get to see her, like, she kind of revels in sadistic glee whenever he's like, fine, fuck it, punish them.
Yeah.
And, just kind of seeing her, like, her character open up, you get to see a little bit more, and I think that's going to come into play much later through the series. It's going to be good.
Yeah. And, I mean, there's a lot of things that was funny. Like when we were talking about how the bullet time, the nut kick was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Bam! Yeah. You know what that reminded me of? It reminded me of the movie Click with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
How he frees and just slapped his boss.
Yeah.
It was great.
Man,
Except, Lucifer kicks you in the balls.
that was just so funny. And then like the time comes back and he's like, oh! Yeah, just great stuff. And something that I did not get to talk about last week because I kind of forgot my notes, and that's why I like having notes, even though it's something so small. But it's funny seeing Brother Blood on the Lucifer.
Oh yeah, you're right. The ex-husband.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is Brother Blood. And it's
true.
Because he has.
I knew that guy looked familiar too. I was like, where have I seen you?
May your blood.
Yeah.
But it's funny seeing him as. I mean, you can still tell he has an evil role in the show. He's not going to be a big part.
I would say more of like a gray character. I wouldn't say he's necessarily evil. Just
seeing him as almost a good guy though.
Yeah, almost.
Because compared to the show of Arrow, where he was
straight up bad guy.
Yeah. So it's nice seeing him in a different light.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
Yeah.
You know what else was funny in this episode? Because Lucifer actually goes to like Kate's house, and he's like, "Oh, is this your doll? Fetch."
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Is that too advanced for her?
That was great.
Fuck you, dude.
Did Hot Tub High School pay for this?
Yeah, you know that and like the whole mother-daughter thing. Like she's like, "Oh, I already know about that. I have the internet."
And it's not even in HD.
That was fine.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It was good. Overall, great episode. I hope
really
that
was.
Lucifer continues in this pattern.
And I'm sure it will.
I mean, if it does, Fox actually has a winner on its hands, and unfortunately, that also means, in the typical Fox fashion, when a show is doing really good, they cancel it. So here's hoping we don't have another Firefly. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, I mean, Gotham's good.
It's true.
And
got a second season.
Yeah. And we're gonna have the return pretty soon.
I know.
But let's move on to
The Flash.
The Flash. Now, on this week of Flash, we get to see some fun stuff happening.
Some fun stuff, some not fun stuff.
Some pretty intimidating, some pretty scary stuff.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. This episode was really well done. It stars the big bad tar pit created by Jeff Johns.
The big bad tar pit.
Yeah. This week's big bad villain is Tar Pit. And I like that normally we don't get to see the character as it's portrayed in the comics.
Yeah.
Tar Pit we did, although we didn't see him until a little bit later, half in the episode, but we got to see how he looks in the comics translated to the TV show.
Yeah, I mean, for the first few scenes with him, he was like this kind of sludgy dude in a leather jacket. But, it is what it is. But you're right. Eventually, he does go full monster, which is awesome.
And it looks really cool.
It did. I would actually argue that Harry was our big bad villain this week. And he was extremely open about it.
Yeah, he was. But that's also the fact of how the episode played out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't consider it the big bad.
Well, I mean, the overarching villain.
Yeah, the overarching villain of the episode. But yeah, you're right. But, yeah. I mean, this episode is really well done.
Yes, absolutely.
I love this episode.
So, I mean, down to brass tacks. Basically, Harry makes a device that steals Barry's speed whenever Barry is running. Gets it in a nice little energy vial. I don't know how that works, but, plot. And he uses it, gives it to Zoom, and Zoom, gone.
Yeah. Super drug addict.
Yeah, shit. Addicted to speed. Ah!
Yeah.
But, so, I mean, there is that. But, I mean, at the cost of Harry stealing Barry's speed, Iris gets injured.
Yeah,
hardcore.
Because he is 2% slower. Such a weird margin of slowness.
And that's all it took.
Yeah.
All it took. But, more than that, I liked seeing that we get a more inside look at Wally's obsession with speed and maybe a glimpse at how he may become Kid Flash.
Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of nice play on things. Like the color of his car is red and yellow.
Yep.
The original Kid Flash colors.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's just fun things like that. It just kind of ties in. And I can't wait to see how he's going to get his powers on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of at this point because I really want to avoid like having like 4 or 5 speedsters in the finale. I really want it to be Barry versus Zoom, and I'm kind of hoping that maybe an offshoot of that and him taking down Hunter Zolomon is going to be Wally getting speed. So we'll see, but I mean that's just my 2 cents. What I'd like to see.
Oh yeah, that is a nice 2 cents, and it's so crazy because the writers for The Flash are trying to confuse people so much.
Oh, I know they do a good job.
Yeah, because not only do we have Zoom, we have Hunter Zolomon, which we think is Zoom, which we're pretty sure is Zoom.
Know.
There are rumors that Henry Allen, which is Bull. There's new rumors that it is Wally. Wally from Earth 2, though.
Okay.
Wally from Earth 2. And it's because of they're playing off of the New 52 continuity.
Is it Death Flash?
Well, kinda. It's basically Death Flash, but it's the reason he's so big is because every time he steals Speed Force, he gets hulkier and bigger. And,
What?
yeah. So because there is a continuity where it's a West that is Reverse Flash. So yeah, that's another newer.
But it's Hunter Zolomon.
It's Hunter Zolomon. I totally agree. I want it to be Hunter Zolomon. It is Hunter Zolomon. You know, law of attraction.
What if they do the Eobard Thawne thing again? What if it's Hunter Zolomon from Earth 2 who is not Jay Garrick but is inhabiting Wally West from Earth 2's body to become Zoom?
Just super confusing. Yeah, I mean, for me, The Flash was my favorite episode of the week. There's for many reasons. We get to see Wells fighting off guilt, which is kind of a new side of him we got to see. Because normally he's not fighting off guilt.
No.
And it's a very beautiful scene.
Are you talking about whenever him and Barry destroy the portal?
Yeah.
Because that was actually my favorite scene of the episode too, and there is that aspect of what Ryan's talking about, but more I like seeing everything through Barry's eyes, how hopeful he is, how Barry straight up tells Harry, not everything is binary, and he comes back, well, everything is binary, black and white, life and death, that's how it is.
Yeah.
But then Barry's like, oh well, I have an idea because I read a book in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And it works, and that's the cool thing, and because it works, Barry. He's super excited, and Harry is just like, yay.
Yeah.
But I love the line. He's like, come on, smile a little. It's like we just rewrote physics. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's very good. And other things I really liked was Ballsy Iris.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh yeah, we get to see a whole strong side of Iris this week. Yeah.
Which is good.
Because it's always nice seeing a strong female character, and even though she has no powers, she has
guts.
Yeah, she has big time guts within her.
My one issue, with the scenes in particular you're talking about with her, on like the, Need for Speed racetracks and all that, is if anytime anything ever bad happens to Joe or Iris, anybody, it's always call Barry and then the Flash appears or something, or like how. Joe just looked at the Flash and said, take her to a hospital. Which, obviously. But, it's getting to a point where I'm starting to think that anybody who just pays attention on the streets of Central City will know that Barry Allen is the Flash. And I kind of hope the writers get away from that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping they keep it, back to like in Season 1 when everything was like on the intercom and Cisco and Caitlin, giving him information that way.
From labs.
Because, that way no one else can really know. Because, part of being, this hero is still keeping his identity secret. And, they made a big point of it recently with Patty leaving. Mm-hmm. And, his whole thing was, I can't tell you because if everyone knows who you are, that I care about you, they'll come after you.
And you have plausible deniability.
Exactly,
yeah.
And it's super important. But, it's getting to a point where it's too easy for people to figure out who Barry is. And that's, again, my thoughts.
Yeah, it does make a lot of sense. But the fact of that they are known to work together because from the department and the Flash working together. So, there is obviously a connection there. They don't have to they wouldn't necessarily make the connection to, oh, that's Barry Allen. They just work together. Not yet, but
it's getting to that point. You see what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely is getting pretty close. And there's really, yeah. Yeah. This episode's really cool. We get to see Tar Pit spread against the gravel, which from the beginning I knew Tar Pit was going to be having to do something with Wally.
Yeah.
Because what goes with racing, the ground, tar pit.
No.
Yeah. It's obvious it was going to end up in that somehow. And seeing Iris, that slow-mo of Iris just getting stabbed and Barry's just like swiping away at the glass was,
Yeah.
it was very heart-wrenching. I was like, crap. Because
I
it
know.
looked like it was going to her heart, not just her shoulder. It looked like it was going to her heart.
Oh, that was intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I had a weird thought. Combine two Flash villains, make a new one.
Yeah.
Turtle Pit.
Turtle Pit. Slow down time, and you can control the...
Yay!
Even though in the comics, tar pit
I'm-
is astral projection.
Yeah.
It gets stuck into a vat, and yeah.
I'm dumb. All right.
Yeah, fun stuff.
It is.
But enough of Flash. Let's move on to
Arrow.
something... No, not Arrow.
Not Arrow.
Something that I talk about and you listen to. Agent Carter. You heard it here first, boys. We are talking about Agent Carter.
Well, Ryan is.
Well, I'm talking and he's
I'm
going to be
listening.
listening. He's super... I hope he's in frame right now. I don't even know. But... this week, we get to see... now, I'm telling you what happened.
Go ahead.
Now, this week, we see the origin story, basically, of... Not her origin story, her backstory of Madame Mask.
Okay, right on.
Yeah. We get to see her growing up, her uncle, which so weird.
I'm not sure I like the way you said uncle.
Well, it's her mother's boyfriend, but she calls him uncle.
No, I see. That's exactly what I
Yeah,
thought it was.
it's really weird, and it's a really... But something I want to talk about while I move on to it is these old shots. They are shot very pretty. They have a beautiful color grade, kind of sepia tone, like it should be.
Okay, right on.
And it's gorgeous. I'm always been a sucker for color grading, and it's beautiful. But yeah, from there we see her being the scientist she is. She's super smart. She's not just some dumb actress that they portray her to be in the public eye.
Still waters run deep, yo.
Yeah. But she is the person who creates, or who's behind all zero matter.
Yep.
And she gets her powers a little bit more now. We see her take the life force from these rats, and it's really creepy. And she's getting her big scars, so she's gonna need her mask. So,
Uh-oh.
yeah,
All right.
it's getting pretty interesting. Something that since you haven't seen this season, we have
I'm probably going to binge it whenever it's all available.
Yeah.
There's so much to watch right now.
Oh, it's so much, but I got a lot of time.
I don't.
It's funny to see because I think he started in episode 2. I don't think he was in the very first episode, but we see one of our main antagonists from a different TV show,
Oh.
and it is Red from that 70s show.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
He's
like
one of the main
Mr.
antagonists.
Mr. Foot in your ass?
Yeah. So it's funny seeing him because he's in that 70s show. He still is kind of an ass. But he's not.
Well, he was a dad.
Yeah, he was a dad ass.
Dad ass.
But in the show, he's straight up just like conniving and
So
evil.
who does Kurtwood Smith play in Agent Carter season 2?
I don't know his name, but it's the head of a new agency which is connected to the Council of 7 or Council of 9.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't know too much. I'm not the biggest Marvel fan. I mean, I am a huge Marvel fan. I'm not that knowledgeable of Marvel. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
But he is a part of the council, which will eventually be connected to Hydra, and so he's Hydra basically. But he's trying to take down the SSR, and
All right.
yeah. So they take all his case files, or take all of Peggy's case files, and so is, I can never say his name, but yeah.
Zola?
Hmm?
You mean Zola?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Sosa. It's Sousa or something like that.
Sosa?
Yeah. The dude with the crutch.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So no. Yeah. It was very fun. We get to see the birth of Madame Mask. We get to see Red being evil. Those are our two main bats in the.
Red being evil.
That's just how I see him. I can't see him not being other
A
than
lot
Red.
of people would agree. I mean, personally, to me, he'll always be the main antagonist in RoboCop.
Yeah.
And even then, like as an antagonist in RoboCop, he was a henchman.
Yeah.
Kurtwood Smith being a dick.
Yeah. And I mean, this episode's going to be shorter, obviously. Or not this episode, this portion of this episode. But The final thing I want to talk about is usually we see Peggy being such a strong character, super like woman power and all that.
Yeah.
But in this, we see a
Was she more vulnerable this episode?
we see a flashback of her hearing that her brother has died, and it kills her. It's again the beautiful color grading and everything. She's up in her room. She's about to she's getting prepared for her wedding.
Yeah.
And then all hell breaks loose, and she's like just breaks down and starts crying in her room, which is a very. I love seeing versatile characters, and she's a great character.
I mean, you need to have depth, and you can't just be one dimensional, especially if you're the lead, especially if you're the hero. Like, I mean, and I'm all for like woman power and stuff like that, but I mean, if you're gonna be G.I. Jane the entire time, I mean, that's extremely just blah.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it was for the first season. Was strictly G.I. Jane.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Then now we get to see this different. We see a softer side because she has feelings for Jason Wilkes.
Yep.
She cries in her room because of her brother dying, and it's nice to see a change.
That she's human.
Yeah, she's not just a badass, which she is.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
You can only go so long after Cap gets frozen.
Yeah.
Gotta cry.
Yeah. I mean, she cries in the movies all the time. But then she has.
You make it sound like they fuck up the character in the movies.
No,
she was great in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
For the one scene.
Yeah. But moving on, let's move on to Arrow.
All right.